Take us through the interception.
Yeah, I knew I caught it once I secured it. Really, that was the biggest thing. I let one slip away the first time we played them, and so wanted to just make sure I closed this game out the right way. Felt good to be able to finish the game, make a big catch, play for this team, and got to give credit obviously to God for putting me in this position, and for honestly my guy Ant for having great coverage and affecting that throw, and I was able to capitalize on it.
Go ahead, Jeff, and then Martin.
Rodney, what was the secret to turning it around in the second half for the defense?
Honestly, man, we came in the locker room and Ant spoke up and Fletch, and we just said we need to raise our level of intensity. We felt as though we weren't playing to our standard in that first half, and so we came out, man, and did that. It was started up by the D-line, and DBs made a few good plays, and it was a great population to the ball, and it was a completely different half than the first one. So we have to just start better, understanding that we can't wait to the second half to, play the way that we did. But it was good for us to get this win today.
Go ahead, Martin, and then Dave Zangaro.
Hey, Rodney, how big were the sacks by Josh Sweat and Jannard Avery in that third quarter? Both came, I think, on third down, and obviously, after having trouble stopping them in the first half.
Yeah, those plays were huge for us. We rely heavily on our D-line, and those are two great pass rushers that we have at our disposal. And I think it honestly started with how we played on first and second down. We talked about how we needed to stop the run, force them into some negative plays when we went in at halftime, and we did that. I think Hargrave started it out for us, and I think Ant Harris came up with a big play, a big hit on second down, and transferred over into a sack. So we have to continue to do more of that, and it was effective when we did play stingy on first and second down.
Go ahead, Dave, and then Jamie.
Hey, Rod, I saw you mention that you kind of reflected on the ACL surgery this week. What was that moment like, and have you thought about it since this game ended, honestly?
Honestly, man, it still on my mind, and I'm still, trying to get myself back to the level of play where I was last year, honestly. But it feels good to be able to come out these past 2 weeks and make huge plays for the team, and I think it's just credit to a lot of the hard work that I put in. I obviously didn't do it myself. A lot of people helped me get to this point, especially my family, my wife, my parents, siblings, friends. Everybody lifted me up in the time when I needed it the most. So it feels good to be able to do this for a lot of people that I care about.
Go ahead, Jamie, and then John McMullen.
Rodney, after a 2-5 start, to see you guys in this position here with 4 straight wins and a chance by the end of the night, what does that mean?
It means a lot, but more importantly, it shows you that everybody, in this locker room believed. When everybody else, wrote us off when we were 2-5, we continued to believe in ourselves. We trusted the process. We continued to prepare the same way, have that same level of focus. And we got better, and we're seeing the results of that now. So it feels good. You got to give credit to everybody on this team and in these organizations, from the front office to the coaches to starters to practice squad. Man, everybody's played a role, and it's allowed us to be here today.
We'll take one more and then get Lane. So go ahead, John.
Hey, Rod, you mentioned the injury. You're over a year off now. So how much physically, how close do you think you are? You said you're trying to get back to your standard of last year. How close do you think you are?
I can't put a number on it, man. I just go back to work each and every week and try to get better. And I've seen growth within myself throughout the course of this year from week to week, and I'm just seeing the fruition of it. So just, look forward to another week and getting the leg stronger, and get ready for Dallas.
The fourth down play where we had to have it. Well, we didn't convert the first, I think, series. So just having the confidence to run it there, and especially when you have to have it. And I feel like we did a good job of executing that play.
We'll go to Mike and then Chris Franklin.
Lane, what was your
sideline perspective on Rodney's interception, and what was your reaction when you saw it?
He won us the game. It wasn't looking too good for us, you know. We were kind of the whole offensive line was on the opposite side of the field. Jalen was, and I saw where he sailed it. And first thought, I thought it may hit the ground. Then when I saw the replay, he caught it, and that's a testament to Rodney, man. He overcoming injuries and a lot of adversity he's had to face, and he's one of the few guys that has come through and been able to still play at a very high level and be the leader he is. So hats off to him today, man. He won us this game.
Go ahead, Chris, and then Al Thompson.
Hey, Lane, with a couple things happening today, you guys will be clinching a playoff spot. Where does this current team rank? Like, you've been through playoff runs beforehand. Where does this team rank among them, and what does this current run mean to you personally?
I don't even know anything about that. I just know if we get invited to the dance, it's time to dance. So, we need some stuff to play out maybe tonight and tomorrow. But other than that, I mean, we can control only what we can control. And it was an ugly game today. I think we had a sloppy first half and end up finding a way to win there in the second half.
Go ahead, Al, and then Tim McManus.
And you can hear me? It looked like there wasn't a big rushing game today for you guys. What were some of the conversations about where you were going to go to be effective today, to come back like that, down 16-6, and out scoring 14-0 in the second half? What was the conversations like amongst the linemen with Jalen out on the field about, where do we go? Because, you've been doing it in the past games, it wasn't there.
We wanted to continue to try to run it, which we did. Started running some mid-zone to outside zone. Started having some success, and then try to mix it up with play action. But, it wasn't as crisp a performance as the last game, and so that's disappointing. But, thank God for Rodney and Jake Elliott. I mean, those guys' defense came through for us.
Go ahead, Tim, and then EJ.
Elaine, you guys are now guaranteed to have a winning season in year one under Sirianni, maybe a chance at the playoffs. How does that reflect on Sirianni? What have you learned about him this year?
Just resilient. I mean, even whenever, what were we, 2-5 or whatever our record was, it wasn't looking good. He just stated about doubling down on the core values that we have. And that's really what he's been preaching the whole year. I mean, not every game is going to be pretty. There's going to be a lot of tough games, especially when it comes to the NFL. Everything's tight, but that's what he preached. Just double down on what we do and who we are.
Go ahead, EJ, and then Bo.
Hey, Lane, you sort of mentioned earlier that you guys got off to a slow start. That's kind of been a trend recently. I'm just wondering, what do you attribute the slower starts to?
I don't know. Maybe somebody needs to go throw some cold water in our face for the first drive. I guess I don't know, something. But it's been a trend the past few games, and so moving forward, especially at this time of the year, you want to be crisp at all levels, and that's something we got to adjust to and fix.
Go ahead, Bo, and then Jeff.
Hey, Lane, you guys haven't been in a ton of close games at the end. So what was that moment like on the sideline as you were watching that game come down to the wire?
You're helpless. I mean, it was disappointing we couldn't punch it in, and Jake made that field goal, which made it the game what it was. But yeah, it was just kind of a helpless feeling. But Rodney, guys like that put in the work, man, and special things happen. I feel like everything happens for a reason, and man, shout out to Rodney for sealing this one for us.
Go ahead, Jeff and Jamie.
Lane, what are your plans for these afternoon games and seeing if you guys clinch?
I don't even know. I just we're gonna be in a bus ride, I guess, for 2.5 hours. Usually take the train, but I don't know. We'll see. I guess we'll all be clenching our teeth, kind of like y'all, just seeing what's about to happen, and not really a whole lot we can't control, but we can hope. So that's what we're doing.
We'll take two more for Lane. Go ahead, Jamie, and then John McMullen.
Laney, you mentioned resiliency a couple times in the last 5 minutes. What does that say about this team? I mean, you guys started 2-5. You personally had to bounce back from a lot. You have a new coach that, people didn't believe in that now got you to this point. What does it say about your team, how resilient you guys have been?
I think, it's what the NFL is all about. I mean, a lot of times there's a point in the season where you gotta take a direction. It's either up or down, and I feel like we fought to point that arrow up. So, even when our backs were against the wall and things weren't looking good, even today, a lot of stuff, self-inflicted wounds, and had to adjust and overcome, and really that's what it was.
Last question here with John.
Hey, Lane, sort of similar to what you were asked about Nick coming back from 2-5 and, Jalen, his first time starting quarterback. You've gotten to work out with him since, the spring and the off season, even today, coming back in this game. What have you learned about him as a first year starting quarterback?
He's tough. He's tough-minded. I feel I still never seen him happy really a whole lot. I mean, like far as enthusiastic, I guess he takes the game very serious. Win or lose, always the same. And I mean that's what you need as far as the mentality of a quarterback in this league, because you're going to take a lot of heat for the wins, and you're going to take a lot of heat for losses. It's just the nature of the game. But what he's done this year, how he's persevered, battling through some injuries and being the leader he is, man. So shout out to Jalen Hurts.
I wanted to ask you about the two decisions to go for it on fourth down, near the goal line. I mean, how much did that mean to you guys, and how important do you think those decisions were?
Yeah, it just shows how much faith the coaches have in us. Anytime we're going to go for it, we feel like we have a really good play against a defense that we're anticipating them playing. So yeah, it's a good feeling when the coaches have faith in the entire offense that they're willing to go for it on fourth down, and we take pride in that. We want to get it on fourth downs. I don't know if we were perfect today. I know we missed the first one, but came back and got one in the end zone. And anytime we can get points, it's huge.
Go ahead, Jeff, and then Dave.
Dallas, what was your blocking responsibility on the first Boston Scott touchdown? And what kind of part did that play in him getting in there?
Shoot, what was the first one where he went out to the right? The sweep? I don't remember what the first touchdown was.
The second one, the first one was up the middle. Second one was outside zone to the right.
Was up the middle. The O-line had a great push. I think he followed Kelsey right in, but I started to the left and went back to the right to block the right defensive end. Like I said, the O-line got a great push. I saw Boston laying on top of Kelsey in the end zone, so I'm assuming Kelsey did his job and mauled someone like he usually does.
Dave and then Mike K.
Hey, Dallas, what makes Boston so good at the goal line?
I feel like there's probably a lot of different things. He's compact. He hits the hole hard. He can move laterally. He sees the hole. And then, anytime you got a big O-line like ours, and then Boston is back there, it's hard for the defense to see what hole he's hitting. But no, he's just a good all-around back. And, he had a big game today. He came through for us twice in the red zone and had a couple other big runs. So, just anytime he gets the ball in his hand, he's a dangerous runner.
Mike and then Zach.
Dallas, this has been a pattern of starting off a little bit slow and then just completely running over another team in the second half. What is Nick Sirianni telling you guys consistently at halftime to get you to kind of rev up the way you have?
We haven't been starting the way we want to. The first possession we had offensively, we moved the ball and then went for it on fourth down and didn't get it. But that's the thing. We need to start faster in the first half. But coming out of halftime, I don't think there's a team that wants it as bad as we do. And, we're going out there and we always say it's not about who's tougher. It's about who's tougher longer. We're a gritty team. We're going to run the ball and, we're going to wear a team out by the end of the game, and we just got to stick to it. The defense played an incredible second half, and, we got enough points on the board to get the W. But like I said, we just got to start faster and play a whole game like we played the second half.
Go ahead, Zach, and then Josh.
Hey, Dallas, how will you spend these next few hours? Are you going to be watching the other games to see if you guys clinch tonight?
Yeah, anytime you're in a position like this, we did our job this week. Definitely going to be watching the games, being a fan of the teams that we need to win. But ultimately, we took care of what we can take care of. And, whatever happens the rest of the day and tomorrow, we'll be looking to go back to work on Wednesday and getting ready for Dallas.
We'll take one more before we get coach. So go ahead, Josh.
Hey, Dallas, I think it was on a third down, but you had that catch right at the sideline, and then you tumbled into the net, the massage table. Could you take us through that moment and also, I guess, what that drive meant for the offense? Jalen, he had that throw, and then, the throw also to, I think, Greg Ward.
Yeah, Jalen does some amazing things out there. That throw to G Ward on a broken down play, a great play by both of them. But yeah, I just had a corner route, stemmed outside. Jalen threw me a great ball. I was able to get 2 in. But shoot, it was tough to stop my momentum. I ran into the kicker net, fell over the table. But no, that was just a must-have drive. We knew that we needed to score, and like we said all week, the play doesn't care who makes it, but someone's got to make it. So, I think everybody, anytime they had an opportunity to make a play, I think we did a great job making them today.
Josh, the way this game played today, not everything was perfect today, but yet you guys toughed it out. This is kind of a microcosm of all the growth, because Coach talked about you guys had to work through each day at a time to be mentally tough to win these kinds of games.
Yeah, pretty much, and I think that's what happened out today. Happened out there today. We had a rough start, but we've been, we pretty much been building up to be able to handle these moments, especially like we had a rough start and we got it taken care of. That's all that mattered.
Go ahead, Jeff, and then Ed.
Josh, the ball was coming out quick from Taylor. How are you guys able to kind of counter that and get to him?
Shoot, just execute better, cover better. That's pretty much the name of it. We know we're going to get quick pass to stop the pressure, but you just got to keep coming. That's really all I can say about that.
Go ahead, Ed, and then Bo.
Hey, Josh, what kind of adjustments did you guys make at halftime to come out there and shut Washington out in the second half?
I don't think we made any. I think I know we just executed better. Everybody was just in the right spots. Everybody started playing better, and I think that's all it boiled down to.
Go ahead, Bo, and then Zach.
Hey, Josh, do you think it's fair to say that you specifically are playing your best football of the season these last 2 weeks?
As far as the numbers, yes, but I've just been, getting better every day. I think I've been playing at the, same level, kind of. I just, the plays I've been making them, but I wouldn't say it's any different from a couple weeks ago, but.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Zach, and then Al.
Hey, Josh, as a follow-up to that, your sack and a half today gave you a career high. Is that something you were aware of on the field, and what does that mean to you?
Yeah, I was aware. I just, we had bigger things to worry about at the time, but yeah, I just want to make more plays, but yeah, it's big news. I'm still not where I want to be, of course, and I still got a lot of improvement to make.
We'll go to Al and then Josh.
Did you guys? There seemed to be a sense of urgency out there today, a little bit more than we've seen in the past. You guys, have been tough down the stretch. Was there a feeling like that we just have to have this? There isn't any other way to go. Could you talk about that sense of urgency that you played with, and obviously in yourself?
Yeah, we knew what was at stake, but I think we still, just like any other, the next game, we always approach it. It's always serious. It wouldn't matter if it was, every win to us is, we have a high sense of urgency. I think we approached this one the same. We knew what was at stake, and that's pretty much it.
Go ahead, Josh, and then Bo.
Hey, Josh, if I could ask you about one of your defensive teammates, Avonte Maddox. There was a sequence there where, he had the DPI, they called the DPI, and then third down, fourth down, he got those 2 pass breakups. Just what kind of toughness, I guess, did you see from him there? The discipline as one of his defensive teammates on the field.
Oh, shoot. He's always, a next play type of guy. He made I'm not gonna say he made a mistake, but he's always ready to erase his own mistakes, and just go to the next player. That's just the type of guy he is. And me personally, I feed off of his energy all the time, so I expect it nothing less.
We'll take two more. Go ahead, Bo, and then Jeff.
Hey, Josh, there's a chance you guys could clinch the playoffs today. I'm just wondering if you could sort of tell us what the scene is like in the locker room. Are you guys, having a little party or what?
Yeah, I mean, it's we celebrate all the wins, of course. I mean, we're hoping we get what we want, you know what I mean? But right now we just gotta wait, you know what I mean? We gotta wait.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Josh, a lot of guys from your draft class got contract extensions and have contributed, especially in this game. Avante had big PBUs. You had the sacks, Dallas Goedert. What does it say about the 2018 class that you guys have delivered this year?
We out here. We out here, man. I'm telling you, happy for everybody. You know what I mean? They're showing exactly why, they deserve what they got. So I'm happy.